OK, so before we start, we need to press start. That's how a good game is starting, right? So cheer a little bit up, because if you're not in the mood, I don't start the game. So woo! So thank you very much for that. So we will talk about gaming in times of e-commerce. And so I'm Jay. What I do, you may don't know, because I'm a brand strategist, and I help clients, maybe like those guys, how is it to go into the gaming area. This is a special edition, which we're coming out directly from the Gamescom. It's called Sakura, and it's a tradition market, so I really love it that this is now live, and I'm very happy about this. So I wrote a book. I work a lot with the SWR and the German state. So the Tagesschau together, we talked about how can we leverage that a little bit more, but enough about me. You're not here just for me. You're about the topic. So you know them, right? Who are them? Come on, you know Amazon and Temu. So as a client, you're there, and you all know, oh, what do I really want to have? You have two. Maybe you're having cats like me. You're having two options. Look at them carefully. Which one would you choose? Which one? The cheaper one. True. Why? Because that is where you compete if you're on such platforms. You compete for price and star ratings. Congrats. So you need to make your product even more cheap. But then you don't have a margin anymore. So my thesis is, in times of AI and cheap products, experience and connection are key. If you don't have that, you're losing the game, for sure. In 5 to 10 years, you will just out of the game. That will it be. Who of you identify as a nerd, a gamer, or a geek? OK, that's good. So if you don't, I have numbers. These are numbers from Germany, because we're here in Europe, and German numbers are always a little bit more easy than to have the global numbers. Which strikes a little bit more, probably, is the average gamer is almost 30. And the biggest group in Germany, guess, who is the biggest gaming group in Germany with 20%? Huh? Any guess? Plus 50 years old. It's not the youngsters. They're a little bit older. And on average, they're over 18. So they're 80%, which are over 18 years. And 48% are female. And there are 37.5 million gamers in Germany. That's quite a lot, right? And if you look how Gen Alpha and Gen Z and millennials, what they're playing, it's adventure and fighting. It changes with millennials, which do adventure and puzzle. And then Gen X does puzzle and adventure, and the baby boomers do puzzle and arcade. Why? That changes because a lot of Gen Z people and Gen Alpha, they are in their adolescence, and they want to compete. And they wanted to observe and experience who they are. So that's a good point where you can start and should start. But what has e-commerce to do with all of this? What do you think? And I give you the answer. My three main characteristics, which I give to you and will talk in chapters about, will be ecosystem and the halo effect. New platforms are new behaviors, and they create new behaviors. And in chapter 3, we will look to in fandom, immersion, and community. And community will be a big, big thing. So let's start with the ecosystem. I brought some numbers for you, because you guys, you all are loving numbers. So take a photo. You can research them. They are available. So anime like One Piece are not just having a minor fan base. Now in Nepal, now in Indonesia, they are hissing the flag for revolution. Gen Z, revolution. This is happening in politics. Now, history students in future will be taught about One Piece. And what has that to do with politics? So if you're not in that game, you may should overthink why you are not. And gaming market is even bigger. The franchises, will be bringing up to 500 billion by 2030. Every touch point is very important. So why bought Amazon? Why did Amazon bought Twitch? And here I quote very good friends from LifeLink. Maybe Ali is here, so if you wanted to know more, you should reach out to them. So, Seven vs. Wild. They have the Prime Video. There you can watch it and stream it, and users can enjoy. Then you do it with reactions, with streamers and activations on Twitch. Again, a touch point. But what you are actually collecting is that you can retarget it on Amazon. So smart, or? Huh? So that is how they do business, and this is the reason why they bought Twitch. And even more stunning, they have a 12% conversion rate. 12% conversion rate. I always want to say retention rate, which is even bigger. And a lot of people are there, actually. And there are a lot of Gen Z adults which are actually not just playing, that's their TV. And even more striking, Netflix, they're over there. You can go to them and ask them why they are doing and go and shifting and pivoting to anime. Some of you watched that movie. What's the name of it, you know? Amazon Demon Hunter. If you didn't watch it, you missed something because that is going through the roof. It's the most watched movie on Netflix, the most watched. And Samsung, they pay Netflix money to have the IP because it's their IP. That is how Netflix is working, as well as they own the rights of the not animation, but the real adaptation of One Piece. So they used the rights and they sold it and collaborated with Lego.
Next.
Really good touch point. Or Arcade. If you don't know Arcade, it's from League of Legends. So, and because I love Arcade, this is how they did it. They're not just doing it on e-commerce or something. They as well have the game on their platform. Netflix has that game. That's the one up there, Hashtag Mayhem. You can play on Netflix. So they're pivoting not only into a series, they are pivoting into merchandise because $200 on average, not on average, but 28% of the global consumers who watch anime on average pay that amount. $200 on merch. That's a lot. And if you are Netflix, you own the rights for that. So more money. And 150 million households are watching anime. 50% of Gen watchers just go to Netflix because of anime. And if you're not understanding what that have to do, again, with e-commerce, not just with your products, it's about the experience you're creating, new platforms and new behaviors. So, if we're looking in the facts and figures, you see how many monthly active users Twitch has. If you're looking into Roblox, just look at the daily average users. It's huge. And you're thinking, oh, gaming is just something which are happening in childish back rooms nobody's interested in. It's not true. You need to shift. You need to shift that they do $1 billion in virtual goods, not in a year, in a quarter. And you can happen there, but you don't. Your missed opportunity, not my loss, yours. And if we look at the metaverse market map, and don't look and don't say metaverse to it, but it's from a really cool guy who is John Rodoff. You should look him up on LinkedIn if you really wanted to know about tech stuff and gaming. He's the one to go to. How many do you see from normal e-commerce? How many? And how many gaming companies do you see on that? 80% are gaming industries. The rest is commodity. If you're looking into Epic Games, which is Fortnite, and Roblox, which are kind of the both where you can do what we just heard about, right? Where it can happen as a market, right? That is something where we are having this tech stack and a lot of more information. So I show you something from Coca-Cola. So just a short intro. This was the Coca-Cola Bite. It should taste it like Pixel, so they do a lot of activations here, which they did great. But other than that, they fucked up. And this was the campaign. It is called Real Magic, and they wanted to have it for gamers. But what happened? So they used a non-existing game, for sure, but don't make it World of Warcraft looking like, because this is not existing in esports. So, and you never would drink a Coca-Cola in the middle of an esports final boss whatever competition. It's not what you would do. But that was the campaign about. That was the big advertisement they did for multi-million dollars. And they fucked up. Because they not listened to the Twitch guys who said to them, listen, you need to do it different. They listened to the agency who didn't maybe know exactly what the gamers wanted, but they know what non-gamers wanted. And for non-gamers, this was working, because this was what Coca-Cola is about, magic and friendship. But for gamers, it's maybe different. So you cannot just put any narrative without context for the gamers. Other one is Roblox. I said I don't bring the really wonderful Essence case. I will bring the Nivea case. It's Nivea Tower Run.
Go ahead
and
get the cloud
you can say it's a good one. I say it's a bad one. Why? Because I played it myself, and the reason why I say it's not a good one, because they did do a lot of UGC, and what UGC creators, not creators, but the guys who wanted to have that do, is they just do a script. And that looks like this. I got it without even playing. That's not what you want. You want brand exposure. If you're doing that without thinking of cheaters, you're lost. And this one is really interesting. Did you know that Roblox, till April, has an API for e-commerce? Who of you did know that? You? Perfect. You are in the game, I see. Philip is in the game. And so that looks from Walmart. What did they do? Actually, they did do
introducing a Roblox
real-world items,
real-world items,
and then they got digital items for free on it. So they've combined it with UGC, which was so smart. This is how you could do. And Roblox just launched it. That is a really interesting part what you could look into, because they have now really an e-commerce API. And Fab, if you don't know about Fab, it's from Epic Games, which do Fortnite and the Unreal Engine. If you don't know the Unreal Engine, sorry, you really, 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 really should know. Because it's an engine where you can do real-time data and as well Fab, real-time modeling, and so on. And Fab is the working place where you could put your 3D assets that game developers could place them for free in their game. Oh, product placement for free. You're not using that. Why not? Fandom and immersion and community. So this is very important, because if you're just looking into that with licensed products, that 50% of fans buy licensed products. So like me, I'm a little fangirl of One Piece, so who could have guessed? I just go to Burger King to get the wonderful burger and the T-shirt. That was the only reason why I went to Burger King. And if you're looking that, when you focus on experience, it's a 1.6 higher customer lifetime value, and they show 2 times more loyalty. And even more facts and figures. I could rattle them down, but let's continue to Aldi Süd. Aldi Süd did a collaboration together. They started with the Heldenschmiede, it's so-called Heldenschmiede, on Twitch. And so why did they do that? Did you know that Aldi have Medion and Eraser? They do computers for gamers and players. So this is what they did. And as well, they didn't know anime. If you don't know, they know their target group very well. And if you are, that's the reason why this girl is sitting here, and if you're ever interested in a moderator who combines this together, she's called Malek Balgun. I know her from the Aldi Gaming Schmiede. It's the first touch point I got with her. Later, she got my friend. You know, like, it's important that you understand it's about experience. So she knows how it is to engage with your audience, to make it fun, to moderate it, but in a very business-style way. But this is where it connects. It's a different world. We know, but we do this business as well, and we are maybe even more successful than others. Or let's go to Kaufland. Kaufland just released the Rentnertour. Who did hear about that? Okay, maybe you should as well. The cringe level is very high here, but it has 150 million views all over socials. That's quite a lot. Why do they do that? They do as well. They use IPs, personal IPs. Like this is Monte, for example. It's a streamer. It's the biggest streamer in Germany. And this is very interesting because they do combine. Or Minecraft, together with Lush. Lush do IPs collaboration and do new products. Then they release it on Minecraft that you can play it. And it was sold out. Or Super Mario. It's an IP from gaming. They did what they do so smart, Lush. They do own products on the IP in the collaboration. And then this was a really new invention. It's a bath bomb, one of the biggest they have, and it was not easy to do. And they have a soap inside of it. But not just only one. It's a mystery box, like in the game. And so they did an app on it that you could collect it. And if you collected it, you go to Lush and say, haha, I collected it, I get something for free. But the user or the customer, who is already a customer, comes and buys something more. Probably everybody wanted to know how peach is smelling, right? Me too. So I brought something for you because I think we heard a lot, and I'm usually an inspirational talker. So I'm not the guy who talks about a lot of facts and figures because I want to inspire you, and I want to give you a method. So it's the Brand's XP method. It is designing customer experience like a game. Meaning, it's 6 steps for your brand. So the emotional experience, if you never thought how you are creating emotional experience, you should think of that now. At the end, you will find a guide. You can download it completely for free. Sure, I will collect your emails, but this is completely for free and you can use it. Because I want that we are succeeding together, because we need more of gaming coming into the normal world. Because it's not just us nerds. The nerds are huge, and I know that we all have passion. The next is, who are they in your brand's world? So they means your customers. You need to understand them, where they are. Are they gamers? Are they nerds? Gamers are not gamers, okay? There are some who are very different. They do cozy games. Some play, you know, like more like the ego shooters, like me. And others, you know, they are so, how should I say, gatekeeping, that they don't want that you touching their IP. So be careful. You need to know them. Or you need to know why they are wearing anime. What does that to them? So the next step is cool story, bro. So story-based. Then the narrative brand identity. I need to look a little faster, sorry. And then the engagement loop. So these are the 6 steps. And then this is what you need to do. Don't just create products or sell them. Start creating experiences. And that's not just happening on your platforms. This is happening upfront and after. But if you're not ruling that game, you're lost. So in the middle, you will find the guide. At the other side, you will find other stuff. But I think the most important will be the middle. So go ahead and please try to stay a little bit nerdy. Stay playful. Stay curious. Thank you.